What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this dreary, rainy, and foggy Wednesday. Doing pretty good myself. I don't know if you guys come across these couple stories right here. I figure I would run them together simply because, hey, they got one thing in common, and that's both of these men right here decided to off their families. You understand what I'm saying? We have Mahar Kassim and Romeo Nance right here to your right. You understand? For whatever reason, they decided to murder their families. You understand? Hey, evil is running rapid, big time in this day and age. Now, Mahar Kassim, to the left of you, he gave an explanation as to why he did this horrific crime to his wife and his two daughters, and is dealing with respect, I guess. He decided he was being treated in a not respectful way, and well, as a result of that, he chose to violently take his family's life. Now, as far as Romeo Nance, I can't tell you why he did it, but I know it's just horrific altogether. But without further ado, let's just check out these particular videos right here, and then we'll finish the commentary.
And he killed his wife and 3 daughters and even told them why. Meanwhile, friends are remembering the 4 women shot and killed Sunday in the southwest suburb. CBS 2's Andrew Ramos is outside court in Bridgeview, where the accused gunman faced a judge this afternoon. Andrew?
And Joe, that man Mahar Kassim is being held tonight without bail, accused of murdering his wife and 3 adult daughters in cold blood. The result of what prosecutors say was a heated argument over respect and money.
The defendant stated, quote, "They're all gone."
They're the chilling words 63-year-old Mahar Kassim told responding officers who arrived at his family's Tinley Park home Sunday morning after he called 911, telling a dispatcher that his wife, 53-year-old Mahida Kassim, had been shot.
When police asked where everyone was at, the defendant pointed in the direction of the basement.
Police would find the bodies of his wife Mahida, his 25-year-old twin daughters Halima and Zahia, and 24-year-old daughter Hanan. Also inside the home at the time of the shooting was their 19-year-old son, the lone witness who was left unharmed. According to prosecutors, the teen woke up to a heated argument happening between Mahar and one of his daughters, where his wife and other 2 daughters were urging him to calm down, and then gunshots rang out.
When witness 1 went downstairs to see what was going on, he observed victim 1 on the floor.
The 19-year-old first found his mother, then 2 of his sisters fatally shot, and then walked in moments before his father shot the 3rd daughter. 2 guns were recovered at the scene. According to prosecutors, Kassim appeared to be disgruntled over how he was treated inside the home.
The defendant was reported volunteering things about having just retired, and that, quote, "She treats me like a dog. I worked 40 years," unquote. And, quote, "I worked all my life to give my family a better home, and they treat me like."
Meanwhile, the community continues to comfort this family who has lost so much. Hundreds gathered at the Mosque Foundation in Bridgeview for a prayer in honor of the 4 women killed in what police have called a senseless act of domestic violence, something they hope is addressed more within the community.
It's about not only mental illness, but control and abuse.
Now, funeral services for those women expected to take place later this evening, and Mahar Kassim is due back in court on February 16th. Reporting live outside Bond Court in Bridgeview, I'm Andrew Ramos, CBS 2 News. Joe.
More light shed today on the horrific killing of 8 people in Joliet.
Yeah, police are retracing the path of the killer to his death in Texas.
Nate Rogers has been tracking the tragedy in Will County from the beginning. Nate.
We've been in contact with the victims' family members as well as their colleagues, many still too distraught to speak on camera at this time. We also now know for sure the relation of those victims to the suspect. The Will County coroner identifying the victims as the suspect's mother, 47-year-old Tamika Nance, his aunt, 38-year-old Christine Esters, who's a corrections officer at the Joliet Treatment Center, also killed 35-year-old William Esters, the suspect's uncle, also 31-year-old Joshua Nance, his brother who was bedridden. Finally, the suspect's three sisters, 20-year-old Alexandria Nance, 16-year-old Alana Nance, and 14-year-old Angel Nance, all shot to death.
We can't get inside his head. We just don't have any clue as to why he did what he did.
Police now believe the suspect, 23-year-old Romeo Nance, committed the heinous murders Sunday afternoon, then jumped on the road inside his red Toyota, landing in Texas. Police say Nance swapped his license plate with a stolen one before being chased by U.S. Marshals at this service station in Natalia, Texas.
Task force officers with the United States Marshal Service observed Mr. Nance armed with a firearm fleeing from the vehicle.
Authorities say Nance eventually shot himself after a confrontation with police. Detectives went to his home here in the 2200 block of Acres Lane Monday, finding blood on the front door. Inside, 2 relatives were dead. At the family's second home, 5 others discovered murder.
We do believe that the shootings at the 2200 block were the original shootings, and then the 2 random shootings took place shortly thereafter.
Unrelated to this crime scene, police say Nance, who has a criminal history, then allegedly killed 28-year-old Doyosi Bakari and shot a 42-year-old man, also in Joliet.
During the course of this investigation, we determined that a 3-year-old boy was unaccounted for, and we quickly located that child with a relative in a nearby community.
And as you can see, more than 24 hours after the start of this investigation, the crime scene still remains blocked off. We know that crisis intervention teams were out here throughout the day speaking with neighbors and with family members as well. Police also telling us they don't believe that the suspect had any association in Texas. That is the latest here in Joliet. Nate Rogers, Fox 32, Chicago.
Police say a Tinley Park man admitted he.
Okay, let's start with Mr. Mahar Qasim right here on the left. From the sounds of it, this man pretty much felt disrespected by his wife and his 2 daughters. As you heard them speak, they were saying that he was urged to calm down. You know, with this guy's right here, his culture, you understand, they don't like women controlling them. You understand? And it sounds like to me it was something that was boiling, and it reached its boiling point over the years. I mean, this man did what a man was supposed to do as far as working all his life to, you know, take care of his wife and his children and what have you. And then he's retired, and from the sounds of it, he was being hounded for money, you know. And I guess he just, the pressure, you know, just mounted up, and he did what he felt like he had to do. But as far as I'm concerned, he shouldn't have did it like that. But hey, we all can sit on the side and say, well, I would have handled it this way or what have you when you in certain situations. Okay, I would have did it like this, I would have did like that. But the truth is, we don't know because we never was in that situation. But I'll say this, he is not going to be any way, shape, or form satisfied in his life from here on out. You understand, knowing what he did to his wife and his 2 daughters. As far as I'm concerned, it would have been better had he either left himself or put them out. Other words, separate himself from what was going on. Because, you know, it sounded like he, you know, his wife and his daughter said, well, treated him like a effing dog. That's what the man said, you know, or what have you. It's really just too bad. It's too bad because, see, the thing is this: evil spirits is going to capitalize on what you give them. They're going to do that, you know. And so then, if you give them something to use, they there to do it, you know, or what have you. Now, as far as Mr. Romeo Nance over here, this dude was just a straight up killer. All right, and you ain't gonna tell me that his family didn't see this coming a mile away, but they ignored the warning signs. That's what it seems like to me. Again, watch your relatives. Stop taking them for granted, thinking, oh, they just like that, they ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? If they tell them they saying certain things or whatever, and you hear them with recurring, you know, words that they use and this and that, hey, believe that. Like Maya Angelou said, you understand? If a person show you who they are the first time, believe them. Take them at face value. You know, that's the best thing to do, because hey, this dude right here wigged out and took all his people out. His mom, his dad, his brothers, sisters, uncles, whatever. Plus a so-called friend. That tell you right there what he was on. And he didn't even discriminate. When it all came down to it, he took himself out. So he had no value for life whatsoever. And that's what it is. Moral of the story is, people, this right here. Watch yourselves and get under the good graces of the Most High. Repent, in other words, because evil is running rampant. You understand? And these demons are coming in many forms. And a lot of times they're not just coming in forms of strangers. They come in forms of people that's close to you. People you deem that you love, but they don't love you like that, because if they did, well, they wouldn't be letting demons in them to do something to you. That's basically what it boils down to. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular story right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, people. Please remember to live your life as though we're being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.